everyone, so it's pretty clear we all have different types of learning styles. Some of us need visuals, some of us can only comprehend things when we have to touch it, feel it, and figure it out on our own. Others of us are lucky enough to just listen to things and absorb it just like a sponge. So why do teachers seem to only focus on that few percentage of people who can just listen to things and understand it right away? There are tons of cool learning techniques that I think should be shared throughout all classes and age groups. Here's a short clip from my favorite program called Whole Brain Teaching. In the video, we will see a high school teacher from Hemet, California, teaching a basic freshman algebra class.
I have a really sad story to tell you today. It's about this guy named Joe. This is Joe right here. And in this particular story, Joe has a disease. And his disease is that he can only walk to the right. Give me an So when Joe stands on this line and he walks to the right, he goes up. So my slope is positive. When Joe stands on this line and he walks to the right, he goes down, so our slope is negative. So near me please. When Joe is standing on the line that goes up, he walks up the line, the slope is positive. When Joe stands on a line and he walks down, the slope is negative. South, tell the north about the two types of lines we just discussed, how the slope is positive when Joe goes up and negative when Joe goes down. Teach.
Okay. Okay, so maybe that was a little too basic, but the ideas that the teacher has going on are great. The attention getters used in the beginning are primarily there to activate the prefrontal cortex, which is kind of like the CEO of the brain. Research has also been proven that students learn the most when they are engaging with other students in teaching each other.
So here's a picture of the learning pyramid that was developed by the National Training Laboratories, who focus on research to help improve learning and brain use. As you can see, we learn the most by practicing and doing and teaching others because it helps enforce what we are learning.
Using all parts of your brain will force you to remember and store information much easier than simply listening in on a lecture.
Here is another visual taken from a website designed to study and understand math simulation. It shows results from a study on the difference between active and passive learning. It often takes physical actions such as saying, writing, or creating things to get them to stick in our brain. As you see, when we use active learning in different forms, such as taking notes, reading them out loud again, and maybe copying them down a second or third time, our brain can process and record what we are doing much better. When using active learning, we are then able to analyze, define, create, and even evaluate what we are learning.
This program was put to use in San Jacinto, California. They saw an improvement on their reading scores increase by 12% in just 3 months. When they went to take their state math test at the end of the year, their scores increased by 28%. Not only is this great for improving learning, but it also plays an important role in the behavioral issues going on at the school. When this was used by a school in Hemet, California, the referrals and suspension numbers decreased by 50%. So if this is such a great program, then let's get the news out there and help schools in California and the other 49 states increase their scores and produce focused and more prepared students.